Hey, what's up, nerds? Are you ready to play D&D, but you just can't think of names for your characters? Well, have I got the solution for you. Today, we're going to mine the top 10 fantasy names from 1980s movies to name your characters, your NPCs, and maybe even your villains. First, we have Dagoth. It's a statue of a handsome prince turned living god. This was the final boss in Conan the Destroyer. He had web bits that make me think of Dagon, the weird water elder god from Lovecraft's world. It's all about the horn with Dagoth, and when Conan tore it off, Dagoth no more. Dagoth might be a great villain, whether an evil wizard or a cult leader, or maybe he's just the name of the party's pet pseudo-dragon. Ulsa Doom. Oh yes, the wickedly patient cult leader from Conan the Barbarian, brilliantly played by James Earl Jones. This creeper killed Conan's mother and fueled Conan's drive for vengeance. Not to mention the guy turned into a giant snake. Pretty cool, huh? Great name for a villain, or that necromancer you're dying to play, or maybe, just maybe, he turned into that snake because he's just a druid. Valeria. Okay, we are on a Conan roll. Also from Conan the Barbarian, I bring you the love interest / badass warrior, Valeria. I'm not a fan of paladins. Sorry, not sorry. But Valeria is the perfect name for a badass paladin. There's even the moment at the end where the ghost Valeria, sorry for the spoiler, but the movie did come out in 1982, so I think you've had plenty of warning. Anyway, Ghost Valeria shows up, sparkly armor, custom made for paladism, if you ask me.
Do you want to live forever?
Artax. This one's a tearjerker for sure. But that doesn't mean Artax isn't a badass name. Artax was Atreyu's horse from the Never-Ending Story. Spoiler alert! It actually ends. Poor buddy was not ready for the Swamp of Sorrow, but his name can live on with your D&D character. I could see this guy as a ranger or a fighter, simple, to the point, badass. Artax! Blunder. The bumbling goblin with the kick-ass armor from Legend. Blunder has equal parts mischief and mishap, part of the trio of Blix, Pucks, and Blunder, not a law firm, has delusions of grandeur and a knack for screwing up, and is as likely to cause chaos for his allies as he is for his enemies. Despite his incompetence, there's an endearing quality to his over-the-top schemes and misplaced confidence. Blunder is the perfect name for a chaotic rogue or an NPC whose plans never go, as planned. Just don't trust him with anything important.
Adios, amigos!
Angw. The crotchety old gnome scientist from the Never-Ending Story, Angw is equal parts brilliant and cantankerous. Obsessed with unraveling the mysteries of the Southern Oracle, he's the kind of character that will lecture you endlessly, whether if you ask for it or not. Perfect name for a quirky wizard, alchemist, or eccentric scholar in your D&D campaign. Bonus points if they live in a precariously perched home and constantly argue with their equally fiery life partner.
Oh, that's what everyone thinks.
Titch. I'm going for a bit of a deep dive here, as Titch is the youngest member of Enar's ragtag crew in Kroll. Titch may be small in stature, but he has a heart bigger than most. Armed with a slingshot and unshakable determination, he's proof that bravery comes in all sizes. His quiet resilience makes him a memorable ally, and a tear-jerking one at that. Titch is a perfect name for a plucky halfling rogue or a scrappy NPC with a knack of finding trouble and the courage to face it head-on. Mucklebones, the swamp-dwelling hag from Legend. Meg Mucklebones is a nightmare made flesh, with her lanky limbs, moss-covered skin, and an appetite for vanity and mischief. She's as cunning as she is grotesque, quick to lure her prey with her sinister charm before striking. A perfect name for a wily witch, a swamp druid, or the eerie old hermit your adventurers shouldn't trust. Just remember, flattery might save your skin, but only if you don't flinch when you see hers.
All the heavenly angels must envy your beauty.
Bombata, the muscle-bound warrior with a hidden agenda from Conan the Destroyer. Bombata is as loyal as he is duplicitous, depending on who's paying him. With a massive mace and an even bigger ego, he's a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Though his schemes might get him in trouble, Bombata is a killer name for a brutish mercenary or a tanky barbarian in your D&D party. Just watch your back. His loyalty only goes as deep as his purse. And finally, I've actually named a D&D character after this one. From Thundar the Barbarian, I bring you Ukla the Muck. The growling, loyal powerhouse from Thundar the Barbarian, Ukla the Muck is part feline, part beast, and all muscle. With his bow that fires energy bolts and a growl that says more than words ever could, Ukla is the ultimate ride or die companion. He's the perfect name for a feral barbarian or a fierce ranger with a primal edge. Just make sure your adventuring party knows, when Ukla roars, the smart move is to listen. Or, run. So that's what I got. 10 wonderful names for your D&D characters, your NPCs, your villains. Have fun with it. See what else you can mine from old movies. Have a great week. You guys are awesome. See you soon.